Hello there. Welcome back to the Modern Super League. I've got Li Shi Tian with me. Li, congratulations on your win there, and welcome to the virtual booth. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. My jaw is pretty good. I hit the Colossus after we do discount my Colossus. So yeah, the possession from is pretty good.
Yeah, you've had a chance to see the deck list for the matchup. Did you feel pretty confident about the matchup coming into it?
Because he don't have any good mass removal in his 75. No damnation, no drowning throw. So I can simply lay out all my threats. I don't need to play around all the mass removals.
Yeah, and you certainly didn't have to that one, especially in game one when you had Heritage Druid into Dwynen's Elite. How good is that for a 1-2 punch?
I almost unload all my hand in turn two, except the company. So
yeah, it was a pretty good draw, we'll say. But congratulations, you've moved on to the next round and staved off defeat here. What time is it where you're at? Are you in Hong Kong right now?
Yeah, 9:30 now.
What, in the morning or the night?
Yeah, in the morning.
In the morning? Oh, no. In that case, good morning. So you and I are going to be commentating a match coming up here between Luis Scott-Vargas and Mike Sigrist. So why don't we start looking at some deck lists from Luis and Mike and get an idea of what they're playing. So here in Modern, it looks like Luis has opted to go for the Ascendancy combo, which is a deck you played in Standard a bit. What do you know about the Modern version, Lee?
Yeah, the Luis version is about a very control version. He paired in some Lightning Bolt, Path to Exile to control the early game, and then try to have some time setting up with face teacher and very concave. I think this is a very control style with combo kill.
Do you like this deck? Is this the type of deck that you'd like to play in Modern sometimes too?
I like Jeskai Ascendancy, but it is sometimes quite hard against the green-black based deck.
Yeah, so what are the weaknesses of the Ascendancy combo deck? I mean, Luis can play any deck he wants. He decided to go for kind of a flashy one here with this Ascendancy combo deck, but if you're going to take this deck to the table, what's the downside? What are the weaknesses?
You can beat Abrupt Decay as you don't have Dig Through Time now. Before we have Dig Through Time, you can still play the 2-for-1 game against those green-black deck. But now you don't have it, and they have Abrupt Decay, they have Scavenger Ooze. These cards are quite bad against for you to face.
Okay. Yeah. And like you said, Luis has taken a little bit more of a controlling stance with the deck. We see the 3 Lightning Bolts. There's 3 Path to Exiles, 4 Remand, and there's even 4 Izzet Charms, which can be used to kill small creatures or find pieces of your combo or even disrupt your opponent as well. And then kind of spicy, he's got 1 Gifts Ungiven in the deck as well.
It's a setup for the sideboard plan he have the gift package for Unbarrelized and Illusionon.
Yeah, I see he's got both of those on the board. I didn't see the Grizzlebrand. Oh, that's pretty nice. Of course, Luis Scott-Vargas going deep here. We would expect nothing less. Let's take a look at what his opponent for this round is playing. This is Mike Sigrist, who I was just commentating with and in the booth with, and he's taken a much more straightforward approach to Modern here, Lee. He's got black-white tokens.
Yeah, black-white token is it's a very different style of red. Every card is like 1 for 2, 1 for 3, and then with some disruption in terms of discards. Yeah, I think this matchup is quite straightforward. If Mike hit discard early and Luis cannot find his combo piece in time, then yeah, it's pure waste, I think.
Okay, it's just a race. Now, one of the cards that I talked to Sigrist about was the Auriok Champion. He has 4 of those in his main deck here. Those don't really do anything against Luis, though, right?
Yeah, it's a very good creatures in meta game. It's good against Twin. It's good against Burn. It's good against the green black deck. Protection format is actually very good in the format because it's a lightning bolt format. So it's sort of a threat that answering the format, I think.
But here against Luis, how good is it?
I don't think it's relevant.
It's not good at all, is it?
Yeah, but his token is quite well, I think, because Luis don't have lots of creatures to attack. He might have only 4. He have only 4 face teacher. We have to get multiple face teacher and and then tap down the tokens of Mike to go for lethal.
Okay, so that could be interesting too to see how that actually plays out. These are we saw just a glimpse of the Fate Stitcher and combo style deck. Only a couple of times have we seen that deck really pop up in Modern, where this black-white tokens deck in one form or another has actually been around for years now, and it also will occasionally pop up and put up some results, but it's not one of the go-to decks necessarily. It will be interesting to see how this matchup plays out, but you think it's going to be a pretty straightforward matchup where if Sigrist can get the cards that he needs, basically a token maker or 2 and like an intangible virtue or something, that he's going to be able to put up enough of a clock on Luis to kill him, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
And what does a win look like from Luis's side? Like, let's say you haven't seen this deck very much that Luis is playing. What does that look like from his side?
I think from his side, he because Luis got all the cantrips, all the card drawing, while the black-white token is purely relies on the draw step. So of course is Luis the Ascendancy that is much more consistent, but he might not join so well, maybe.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Luis has the ability to craft his draw step where Mike doesn't, but if Mike just hits the right cards, then he's going to be able to play the right stuff and beat Luis. Why don't we look at our bracket? We've got an updated bracket after our first round here, and this will also help set the stage going forward for the rest of the broadcast and to get an idea of what we're going to be seeing for the rest of the day here. And as you can see, Luis Scott-Vargas up in the upper left. Last week, he lost to Willie Adel, and that doesn't surprise you, Lee. You said that you thought it would be a bad matchup for these green-black based decks, and sure enough, it played out that way. So that's put Luis down here against Sigrist in the lower part of the bracket. But that, of course, means that this is a loser goes home style match here, right? I mean, we've got Mike Sigrist losing to Patrick Dickman last week as well. So these guys don't have anything to give. The winner of this match is going to stay alive in the Modern Super League, and the loser, well, they're going to have to go home. Looking down on the bottom part as well, we've got Li Shitian, that's you, is going to be playing against Willie Adel as well. That one is actually going to be our last match of the night tonight. And so we'll be sticking around for that. Coming up after this match, we've got Cedric Phillips versus Sean McLaren. And then after that, we've got the loser of the third match. So whoever loses that match that we watched prior versus the winner of this match. So this is going to be an interesting one, how things play out here on the Super League. Again, if the bracket looks a little confusing to you, I can break it down for you very simply. The players get to keep playing Magic until they lose twice. Once that happens, they're out. And 4 of our 5 matches tonight are elimination matches where the loser is going to get set packing. They're going to have look back on their times in the Modern Super League with as good memories, but nothing more than that. And we're going to eliminate a full half of the starting league players tonight as well. There will only be 4 left who can actually win the tournament. So Yeah, a lot to look forward to tonight. I know our players are almost ready down in the feature match area, and once they're set, we're going to head down there. We're just getting the hand cam set up for everybody at home, so we have all the goodies for you guys ready to go. But Lee, I was curious, who do you think will win? I kind of got the vibe that you liked Sigrist's side of the matchup here. Is that right?
I I think Mike is a bit a bit favorable for Mike, I think.
But a lot?
Not a lot, I think. 60 for
Okay.
55, something like, yeah.
Okay, so a little bit of a favor for Sigrist. I'm curious, how these things like to play out, but this should be really interesting to see this matchup. And frankly, this is a matchup we don't get to see that often, right? If you tune in for a modern GP or even a modern Pro Tour, it's not every day you're going to get to see this particular combo deck face off against black-white tokens. So I know I'm excited to see it, as again, it's just not one that we get to see very often. By the way, the chat, Lee, they say it's 60-55. So I don't know. I don't think we quite agree with that, but 60-55 is a close enough guess for me.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and like I said, this is an important one for these players as well, because if they want to keep playing in the Modern Super League, they're going to have to win this match, and that's going to put them, still alive and maybe even get to play next week in week 3, where we're actually going to decide our Modern Super League champion. And again, I already mentioned it, but 4 out of our 5 matches tonight are elimination, which means that 4 players are going home of our original starting 8. And in fact, we've already sent Reed Duke packing dough. We've kept him around. He's going to do commentary for us next round, and having Reed in the booth is always a treat. So that'll be cool. We might even get the chance to hear a little bit about how he thought about his deck choice and things like that when he gets in the booth with LSV. So that should be cool too. Do you think you're going to be able to win this thing, Lee?
I don't know. I mean, Dickman's deck is very good. He's a trading master.
Yeah.
After 3-3 guy.
And he's very good at playing it as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Last week his play is so good. I think every move is perfect.
Yeah, it's crazy watching him play Modern, because he'll make plays that you don't necessarily see right away, and once he starts doing that, you figure it out maybe the next turn or the turn after what he did. All right, let's go down to the feature match area. The players are ready for round 2 here on the Modern Super League. Let's get a look at their opening hands. We see Mike Sigrist on the bottom part of our screen, and he's got a pretty good hand here, Lee. He's got 2 Bitter Blossoms, an Inquisition, and a Intangible Virtue with 3 lands.
Yeah, and Lewis got a bunch of cantrips, which is okay.
Now I see that he's got the Fate Stitcher. Can you describe what cards he needs to have on the battlefield for people that haven't seen this combo deck go before?
It's about getting Fate Stitcher. It's like a mana elf, and then he will untap his land, and then you got the Ascendancy in play, and then every single spell you cast, it will trigger the Fate Stitcher, trigger the Ascendancy, and then your Fate Stitcher untap, and he keep casting all the spells for free, and then he go off. He got a 20/20 Fate Stitcher, and then attack for the win.
Okay. So that's what we're looking for. Now, of course, that means he's going to need Jeskai Ascendancy. He'll need to get a Fate Stitcher on the battlefield. Now, he can do that by unearthing it or by just casting it if it comes to that as well.
Yeah, I think
it does look like...
Yeah, he might want to...
Yeah, we've got it a little backwards here, as you can see. The hand cams are correct. They're associated with the correct player. They're just on the wrong side. That's Sigrist on top. Unless Luis made some pretty drastic changes.
I think Luis is now taking for Ascendancy, and also is a charm so that he can discard the Fate Stitcher. Well, yeah, I think he's doing good, but Yeah, you see Mike, he's doing the discuss and then in bitter bottom with the intangible virtual. His card is like one. He got 3 tokens next turn, and then he can attack for 1 this turn. So his card is about 3 to 4 turns, I think. And
well, we got the faces switched, which is a good start. Now the names are they're both Luis Scott-Vargas. I like this. Now Luis is interestingly he's at 14 life here, and he isn't under immense pressure, but it is starting to mount.
Yeah, I mean, bitter bottom is not the best here because you cast it and then you need to wait for upkeep for only 1 tokens, which is kind of slow. Yeah, and yeah, Luis seems pretty good in during the Is a Charm. He got discard the face teacher, but now he's still finding the Jeskai Ascendancy after Mike discarded.
Now Luis, interestingly, is up to 17 cards in his graveyard here. And he's got Visions of Beyond, which is going to draw him 3 cards if he can find another couple to put in his graveyard. Unfortunately, the triple Bitter Blossom draw now is going to add up fairly quickly here.
Yeah, and Luis seems get the 20th card in his grave. So, and he also drew the Jeskai Ascendancy.
Oh, he drew one? Oh, wow.
He drew one off the Zero Mission, I think. So...
Oh, man.
Yeah, he is about to go off.
Is he going to go off?
Yeah, I think next turn he can go off. But the problem is... he do not know Mike's hand. Might still have a bunch of removals. And he seems only got 1 face teacher in his hand.
He's 1 in his hand, but he's actually got 2 in his graveyard, Lee. So
okay. So yeah, I think he can go off next turn. Yeah, this is what I said about the red white token is he does not have all the card drawing spell, the cantrip, so he purely rely on the draw step, and he now drawing all the bitter bottom, which is not good enough for the matchup.
It's just 1 turn too slow here. And here we go. Unearth. So 2 Fate Stitchers on board. And here goes Luis Scott-Vargas. And he's even got, you see, he's got Gitaxian Probe there that he can cast for free to get the untaps going now.
And also looting the Fate Stitcher off.
Yeah. Does Sigrist need to use his Murderous Cut right now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so, because Luis can play a land and then cast Gitaxian Probe with a land untapped, then Mike cannot stop the untap trigger.
Okay, well, he cast the Gitaxian Probe and he drew another one, and he's got a Path to Exile, though he hasn't actually drawn that land yet.
The Gitaxian Probe is like getting you a Dark Ritual, which you can get to draw a card now.
Yeah, and that's what happened. He discarded the other Fate Stitcher, unearthed it, and now he's got both Fate Stitchers going, and yes, he's got exactly 20 cards in his graveyard, so Visions of Beyond is going to be great for him. Feels like he's playing vintage. Luis Scott-Vargas is going off here.
Yeah, Accessory Core is coming. So, yeah, the Path to Exile is not good, but...
No. Oh, he drew another Vision of Beyond, too.
He can always discard it. Yeah, I think Luis have the game, because no cards in Mike's hand, and then the Vision of Beyond is very good right now. He keeps trailing off from for the Vision from Beyond.
Yeah.
So now he is about to tap down Mike's creatures, and then he can go for the kill.
Yeah, this trigger from Ascendancy actually gives him lethal. They're both 5 and 6 power respectively now, so he's actually got enough to just get rid of the two more tokens, and then he can just kill Sigrist with any spell here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's going to do it in style and play another Visions of Beyond.
Only enjoying like 20 cast his turn.
All right, so Luis Scott-Vargas gets there. That was exciting. Like I said, it's not a deck we get to see very often, Lee, but it's really impressive when it goes off.
Yeah, he can go. It's like turn 4, maybe. He go off at turn 4.
Yeah, maybe so. It might have been turn 4. Maybe turn 5, I don't know. But yeah, that was very impressive stuff. And, we said it before, but if those Bitter Blossoms would have been, I don't know, Spectral Perception type cards or anything that just made the creatures now that could attack the next turn, it might have been too slow for Luis.
Yeah, Luis is at 6 life, so he may not be easy to cast the Guitar Shimpo. In the go off turn. So yeah.
So that was it. Why don't we take a look at the deck list now, Lee, and take a look at what we see for the sideboard. So what do you see in Mike Sigrist's sideboard that you would want to bring in against what Luis is doing?
So there's a relic of Progenesis, and then Rest in Peace for cutting off the face teacher, and also the gift package, I think. Because there's a chance that Luis are bringing in the gift package, like Electionon. So Great Fate is good, and Sundering Gulf is good against for Jeskai Ascendancy, and also Spellsky. Yeah, also the Spellsky is good because you can just take the untap trigger from Face Teacher. And maybe Hero of Beho for more threats and also the rest for these cards.
Wow, so he actually has a lot of cards that he wants again. Another one I see up there is Wear and Tear. Does that get the job done for him here too?
No, this is Luis list, I think. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we switched over. My bad. So Luis Scott-Vargas, one of the things that he has out of his sideboard, you mentioned it a second ago, Lee, but he does have that gifts package. So he's got the other 3 gifts ungiven plus Unburial Rights, and there's a Grizzlebrand and an Elishnorn that he can use to get it back. And of course, if you haven't seen this before, the way it works is gifts ungiven, you don't have to get 4 cards. You can just get 2, and your opponent is obliged to make you put both of them in your graveyard, and you can get either of those 2. So you can get, like, let's say Elishnorn and Unburial Rights, and that puts both of the pieces you need to get Elishnorn on the battlefield for just 4 mana. And, Elishnorn against a tokens deck seems pretty great to me.
Yeah, and yes, he getting Elishnorn is a good way to take over this matchup. But Mike do have Path to Exile and Murderous Cut for it, so I'm not sure if Luis is going to get in the gift package, because so far I think the plan he have in game 1 is quite good.
Okay, well, let's head back down. The players are ready to go, and we'll see which plan it is that Luis Scott-Vargas goes for. And right away, Lee, there's Grizzlebrand. So he did go for it, of course, because Luis is Luis. He only knows how to play one way. But interestingly, the sideboard cards are out on Mike Sigrist's side. But the thing I notice here, Lee, no pressure from Sigrist. There's no creatures or anything like that.
But I think, Rest in Peace is too good to mulligan from here, because Luis' list does not have much thing to handle the Rest in Peace. Yeah, now, maybe the rare and tall.
Yeah, Rest in Peace Celestial Purge is here. That also kills the Ascendancy and Grizzlebrand if it came to it. Looks like Luis is getting a little bit
flooded by
here. Yeah. But interestingly, Sigrist has answers to all of the Ascendancies that Luis has drawn. He can Thought Seize one away and Celestial Purge the other one, and leave Luis with not a whole lot of action.
Yeah. And now, yeah, after that, then Mike have to draw some threat before Lewis get anything real.
Yeah, I see that he's drawn an intangible virtue, so he's just one token maker away from really applying some pressure if he can find it. Well, he found a Fulminator Mage here. What do you think about Fulminator Mage?
It's okay. He can, yeah, the Lewis that need quite lots of color, and also the face teacher. Sometimes you if you got the Fulminator Mage in play, then the face teacher have to untap for some for the basic lands. So yeah, it's kind of a disruption.
Okay, but unfortunately for Mike, he can see, Luis is going to be able to play around that Fulminator Mage pretty cleanly here. He can go get a mountain and play a plains, and that's what he's going to do. So here he goes. He's got a Jeskai Ascendancy on the battlefield. Now, once again, Mike does have a window here to purge this one away and then Thoughtseize the other one away and leave Luis with Visions of Beyond, Grizzlebrand, and a couple of lands in hand.
Yeah, I think Mike is intend to let Lewis playing the Ascendancy this turn because casting the Ascendancy, taking the whole turn, and then he still got the purge, and then and then he can follow up with forces. So yeah, I think Mike is intentionally let Lewis playing the Ascendancy.
I think you're right. Oh man, this draw. So he draws Gifts Ungiven, which thanks to the Rest in Peace isn't going to do anything. He needs to find an answer for that. He does find a Fairy Conclave, but as we noted before, any time that Sigrist wants to, he can just kill that with his Fulminator Mage.
Yeah, 8 attacks later, maybe.
Yeah.
Lewis' hand does not have lots of things. Oh, so Mike, he drew the Spectral Possession. The clock is 5 turn faster. And Lewis, he need to draw some the enchantment removal.
Yeah, he needs to find that.
If he can remove the Rest in Peace, and then he can go Gifts Ungiven into Inational, which is good enough to stabilize the board. I believe Mike bought out all his spot removals so that he would not draw any deck card now.
And here we go, 2, 4, 6, 8, and that puts Luis on a 2-turn clock. He's going to be dead next turn if he doesn't find something here.
Yeah.
Now he can Gifts Ungiven for value as well, right? I mean, 2 cards go in the yard, but he also does get to keep 2 of them.
But if you cast the Gifts Ungiven, I think you don't have any way to win.
To win the game.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, there's nothing for you to control the board now, and he's still got a Grizzlebrand in hand.
All right, so he's just going to block here with a Fairy Conclave, it looks like.
Yeah, I think he will block the Fulminator Mage, I think. Yeah. And
they traded anyway.
Yeah, Swan Song is actually, I think, is quite bad in this game. If he's on the draw, it's quite bad, I think.
Interestingly here, though, that block did buy Luis another turn. Like, he's going to only take 6 next turn and get another draw step out of the deal here, so...
Yeah, but for the gift package, you need 8 mana, which... you need 8 mana over 2 turns, which is not fast enough. So, that plan might... Yeah, the Irrational plan might not going to work this time. And, I'm not sure. I think he's going to cast Gift Ungiven, but... Yeah, let's see what cards he can pull out. But
yeah, he must have something in mind, but I definitely see what you were saying before, where Gifts Ungiven is supposed to be kind of his end game here, and if he only can gifts for ways to kill, a Rest in Peace or some creatures, it's not necessarily going to win him the game. Let's see what he finds, though.
Yeah, I think
he's down to 2 life.
Might be 4 removal, maybe. But he seems only got Isa Charm, Lightning Bolt, Path to Exile, and then nothing. Only 3 types of removal. I think he only got.
And he's only got 1 mountain available as well.
Yeah, so he's not. Yeah, he cannot cast 3 removal. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like Luis just looked at his deck and said, yeah, no, nothing here. And scooped him up. So Mike Sigrist takes game 2 to even things up. Neither player wants to pick up a loss here, as they don't have a loss to give. So, Mike says, not so easy, Luis. You don't get to just go off. And that was insane. I mean, after that initial flurry, Sigrist had taken away 3, exiled, by the way, 3 of the Jeskai Ascendancies in his list. So, Luis really was all in on that Gifts Ungiven package, and the Rest in Peace just made it so that couldn't go.
Yeah, but I mean, Mike only got 1 Rest in Peace and 1 Relic. He drew it turn 2, so with a discard bet up. So this game is pretty tough for Luis. And sometimes you don't really want to draw too many Ascendancy in the early game. You want to draw all the cantrips for the setup in early games.
Right. Yeah, that did seem like a good draw. The only thing it was missing for Sigrist was some pressure, but he found it quick enough and had Luis where he was off balance and couldn't recover from that point. So, it looks like players are just about ready for the third and deciding game here in the second round of the Modern Super League. We're going to be playing 5 matches tonight. 4 of them are elimination matches, including the one that we're watching right now. And let's head down there for the exciting Game 3 conclusion. Can Luis Scott-Vargas stitch together another victory, or will it be Mike Sigrist with his black-white tokens deck laying the beats? Let's find out right now.
Looks like LSV down to 6 this game, and then
okay.
Yeah, this time Mike have a flat draw with a Sundering Grove as the disruption, and I think turn 2 Bitter Blossom into Spectral Possession is quite something, and maybe Terminator Mage turn 3, and then turn 4 with Hero of Beho. Then this is a very fast card.
Now, what needs to happen for Luis? Unfortunately, it looks like he's drawn 2. He's got all blue sources here.
Yeah, and but he can have some drawing with Remand and Vision of Beyond.
Okay, so here's Remand. That finds him an Izzet. And he sees Scalding Tarn as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he can. The Izzet Charm is very good right here. He can counter the next threat he has. But he go for the very concave.
Yeah, he played the land tap so that next turn he can play Gifts Ungiven no matter what, right?
Yeah, I think so. So
remember, he used a Gitaxian Probe to see Mike's hand, so he knows that he doesn't have.
He don't have removal for Illusionon.
Yeah, for Illusionon, so I think he's going to go for LSV here on end step. Yeah, and from the looks of it, Sigrist hasn't found a way to combat this either.
Yeah. I think Mike bought out most of his spot removal right here.
Oh no! Are we going to see LSV on the table? This could be crazy.
Well, so far I think, it looks like LSV's plan is going to work here.
Yeah, I have to say that Sigrist has a good draw, but it's very fair, right? Like, he's not doing anything broken
against a combo that Red White Token just need to hit the discard spells. You don't hit the discard spell, then it could be a problem. So now he have to live up 2 mana for Sundering Grove. But Luis' plan is not involving the Jeskai Ascendancy.
And here we go, Gifts Ungiven from Luis. So he's going to get 2 cards. He's going for Grizzlebrand. He doesn't want LSV. He wants Grizzlebrand.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's just Luis, man. You get used to it after a while. He's crazy.
All right.
And there it is. Grizzlebrand's on the battlefield. So much for Jeskai Ascendancy. Let's see if Sigrist can top deck something to get out of it.
It's Yeah, actually, Griselban may be the better play because if Mike managed to top that removal, for Electionon this turn, then that may be not so good for him. And Griselban, you can do off 7 cards from Griselban, which you have more nice of play against Mike's disruption.
Also value.
Yeah. And Mike do not have all the disruption. He only got threats, which seems not good enough for this game.
Oh, there's Griselbrand.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think
He looks like he's in a good position now.
And if Griselbank on that one turn, then yeah, it's kind of over for Mike.
Yeah, and it looks like Sigrist is just going to pass the turn back here.
Yeah, he still need to live up the goal. Yeah, because Lewis got the Griselbrand, and the chance he going off this turn is quite large. Well, but obviously Lewis is not going to have any action now. Maybe he want to hard cast. Maybe he want to hard cast the National.
See, now you're thinking like Luis. Now you're thinking like how he thinks. He wants to hard cast.
He seems only got one Umbrella, right? So yeah, so he is not going to reanimate Electionon. So the only way is to hard cast it.
He's 1 mana away. He needs white, but yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Griselbrand is doing some work. And Lewis only need to hit a counter spell for the Sundering Grove then. Yeah, because Lewis know the Sundering Grove in Mike's hand. So maybe he need to do the Swan Song with Jeskai and Ascendancy, then yeah, he can go off this turn.
All right. Well, he hasn't drawn any cards yet. He took 4 damage from Sigrist, who's just doing his best to keep the pressure up, but he knows that facing down a Griselbrand, it's not going to be easy to win this game. That 7/7 lifelink is so huge here.
Yeah, Griselbrand's still not going to kill Mike because he get all the blocker from
Bitter Blossom.
Bitter Blossom, yeah, and all the token generator are getting the blockers, but his life total is a bit low at 8 now. So
yeah,
the Bitter Blossom is actually clocking the Mike's life total.
Yeah, it is.
But
right,
I think
Luis is going to crack.
The spot removal as well, because the spot removal are so bad against all the tokens.
All right, it looks like Luis is going for another Gifts Ungiven here. So this one's for value, not for the combo that we saw before, because like you said, Lee, he's actually only got the 1 Unburial Rites, so he can't go for Unburial Rites and Elishnorn here. So let's see what he gets.
Likely will be some cantrip with Face Stitcher, because he got Isa Charm in hand and another Face Stitcher. Then he can go end of turn loot and then discard both the Face Stitcher, because Mike is going to give him the Face Stitcher.
And it does look like Sigrist is tapped down to just 1 mana here as well. So the Sundering Growth not in play. He went for Fate Stitcher, Izzet Charm, Visions of Beyond, and Gitaxian Probe. So exactly what you said, a bunch of cantrips and a Fate Stitcher.
Yeah, because there's a Fate Stitcher, Mike is going to give Lewis, so likely not giving the Izzet Charm. Yeah, and then also not giving the Pope. So Lewis is going to cast Izzet Charm end of turn.
And and he can discard both Fate Stitchers to it and get the cards. Oh, he didn't do it.
He didn't?
He didn't?
Maybe
I thought he was going to also.
Maybe he want to protect Griselbrand from the chance Mike having par for murderous cut.
Good point. Yep, there you go.
Yeah. And
okay, he's going to draw 7 cards here. He's down to 8 life.
But,
Does he have what he needs to combo off? No, right?
Yeah, no. Maybe next turn he can always discard the face stitcher at the queen up step.
Okay, he's going to attack. That's going to get him back up to 15 here. He plays his land for the turn. And like you said, he can get rid of those Fate Stitchers. And yeah, he's going to cleanup step here. So Fate Stitcher down. Going to get rid of an extra land or two. And then his hand is Thought Scour, Gitaxian Probe, Izzet Charm, Visions of Beyond. And then another Izzet Charm plus a Wear and Tear.
I think he's going to cast Irrational next turn, maybe. This is his plan.
That's his plan?
Yeah, I think so.
He needs to get another white mana source for starters.
Yeah, he got the Scotting Tongue, so it should be fine getting another white source.
Yeah. What is under that Windbrisk Heights, if we can find out? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to respond.
Oops.
By actually countering is what he's doing. He's going to make him pay 2 mana for this Inquisition.
Yeah, he's making the mana low for Mike.
Mike's going to do it.
Yeah, and then Lewis will go another Izzet Charm. And then if Mike paying for the mana, then he will be tapping out.
Then he knows that he's tapped out and Luis isn't going to take lethal here or anything like that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Luis, he does make it entertaining for us.
And now it's waiting for Lewis, maybe. After paying the Izzet Charm.
Yeah, the priority right now is on Sigrist.
Okay, so yeah, I think from the highway land, if it's intangible visual, then Mike can give some pressure to Lewis. Maybe that is the best, or some discard spell maybe. That will be the best for this scenario.
With the Windbrisk Heights? Okay, well, here he goes. He's attacking.
So he is leaving up 4 blockers, so maybe it's a intangible ritual. So that
because he couldn't kill him this turn either way, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Yeah, 2 of the fairy got summoning sickness right here.
Yeah, but even of the ones that can attack, if it is intangible virtue, it's still 14 damage. He's got 7 attackers, right?
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so he could get into 1.
Yeah. And
but
yeah,
unfortunately,
Lewis got the spirit card which can handle the intangible ritual, I think.
The wear and tear. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, Lewis is pretty safe in this turn.
And he also has double Thought Scour left and Visions of Beyond, so he's going to have a full hand going into the next turn either way. He's got 17 cards in his graveyard, so he can easily turn on Visions of Beyond and, have 7 cards at least going into his next turn.
Yeah.
And it does look like it was Intangible Virtue as Sigrist is activating his Windbrisk Heights here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That is what it was. So Luis is going to take 8 here.
Yeah, I think Lewis is going to destroy the. I
think he is too.
Virtual.
Yeah, he's slated to take 8. He'll probably only take 4.
And then he will force score, targeting Mike maybe, and then draw 3, getting in national, and then win the game, I think.
And then finally win the game.
Yeah, style. I mean, I think Lewis is thinking about this all the way. His plan is
so too.
Getting Crystal Band and National in play.
I think you're right. It's a royal wedding.
Yeah, it's targeting Mike. Can he get the national?
He did target him.
Okay. Well,
he didn't find it yet.
He didn't find it. He still got 23 cards in his library.
Yeah, he can draw a bunch of them this turn.
He can draw 7, but stop.
He did. He drew 7. All right. Well, he found a Jeskai Ascendancy now.
Okay, he got the Jeskai Ascendancy. So yeah,
and now he can combo off.
I think he is going to cast National anyway. He will try.
I think you're right, Lee. I think you are right, sir.
Style.
Yeah, because he wants to go for style points here. Let's see if how long Mike Sigrist can hang in there without conceding.
Okay.
He drew another Ascendancy.
Mike already F6 now.
Yeah, he did.
So.
Uh-oh, Luis is tapping down his opponent's creatures here. Maybe he is just going to go for the kill.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's taking too long. Okay. So, yep.
All right, and that will do it. Luis Scott-Vargas, in grand fashion, defeats Mike Sigrist 2-1. That was a fun match. They gave us a good 3 games, and in the end, Luis was the one who was victorious. So that means that he is going to advance here, and in fact, he is going to play in match 4 against the loser of the match that we're going to watch next, which is Cedric Phillips versus Sean McLaren. And that was exciting stuff, Lee. We don't get to see that kind of stuff in Modern too often, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah, getting visual well now. So sick. Lewis.
Yeah, it was sick.
This is so Lewis.
It was so Luis. Here's the bracket. You can see Luis has moved forward on that bottom part there, and again the Cedric Phillips versus Sean McLaren match, which is up next, is going to populate the other side of the bracket there for Luis, and that's who he's going to be playing next.
Yep.
So again, before that happens, though, we are going to watch Cedric Phillips and Sean McLaren go. We're going to take just a few moments for some messages, but when we come back, we're going to have Luis Scott-Vargas and Reed Duke together in the booth to commentate that match. Lee, thanks for taking the time to hang out, and we'll see you guys in just a few minutes.